welcome back to the second episode of the Abhijit Talk Show. And if you remember, last time we spoke to Professor Dr. Dayanand Devamore, and he had given us a lot of insight about words, vibrations, and frequencies. He spoke about instrument which actually measures and makes you meditate. So today we are going to talk to him again on various continuing with the discussion. So before we start, let me uh, quote this sentence that when you offer a vibration, universal forces are working in concert with each other in order to satisfy you. You really are the center of universe. Now, with that, let me welcome Professor Dr. Dayanand Devamore on this episode of the Abhijit Talk Show, discussions with Professor Dr. Dayanand Devamore.
Namaste, Abhijit.
Namaste. So it's been a pleasure again meeting you, Dr. Dayanand. I think today's session will be a wonderful session, and we have so many people asking me so many questions about our first episode, and they are thrilled today again for the second episode. They are ready for the second episode.
First of all, let me thank you again for inviting me here, and I am really grateful to be a part of your show.
I am grateful that you have found some time out, and it's a pleasure that you're here on my show. So, taking
Same.
this forward, Professor Dayanand, is it okay if I only call you Dayanand? That feels more
Yes,
comfortable.
of course, it is perfectly all right. Perfectly all right, and we are like friends. So I call you
Thank
Abhijit, and you can call me Dayanand.
thank you, Dayanand. I am delighted. I'm delighted by that. All right. So, in the last episode, we concluded with the brain and the mind, and we spoke about how do both these things go hand in hand. So let me start with the first question. Uh, as to how is the brain related with the mind? I mean, what does it? How does it sync with each other? If you could throw some light on this, it would be great.
Okay, let me first of all tell you something about brain and mind, because if you see the human body, if you can find brain in it, right? Brain has got something physical existence, you can see it, or rather it is a visible part, tangible part of human body, whereas mind is a virtual part, and nobody knows where mind is. There are so many theories related with where mind is, and I have some interesting theories about it. Like, let me tell you, it is off topic. Let me tell you one analogy that is used to tell about mind. So it is like, you have a domain like Gmail or Google, right? It
Right.
is a domain, and you have your email address, something at gmail.com. So you are subdomain of that domain. Okay. So it
Right.
is said that if the universal energy is a domain, your mind is a subdomain of it, and you have got username and password of that subdomain. That's why you can access your memories, whatever your experiences, your beliefs. You can access all these things from that subdomain as you read your emails, right? And the funny thing is, if you get access to some other account, suppose, then you can
Okay.
access that person's memory, that person's experiences, and that is what is called as past life recall and all. So I
Oh
am not
my God.
actually I am not actually with the theory, but I am telling you there are so many theories explaining where mind is, but we do not nobody knows where mind is. So first thing we can conclude out of this is brain is the hardware part, while mind is the software part. Right.
Okay.
Now let me tell you role of brain and mind. in the thought vibrations or whatever the vibrations. We are talking about vibrations, right? So our brain is continuously creating vibrations that we have seen. Those are called as thoughts. But every thought is associated or linked with one emotion,
Right.
right? Suppose you create a thought of, say, I have a chopper. You can create any thought, but is that
Right.
thought real? So there is a emotion, or there is you can say underlined emotion, thought behind the thought. We call it as thought behind the thought.
Thought behind the
So you
thought.
created a thought of being a owing a chopper, but thought behind the thought is I don't have it. So
Right.
this brain can create any kind of thought. Say I am a billionaire. This brain can I have just created a thought of being a billionaire. I have just created a thought of being married to some uh, celebrity, right? I can create any thought, but the main thing is your mind processes it and generates a vibration of emotion. So
Right.
every thought has emotion. So either if I say elephant is green, I have just created a thought of elephant being green, but your mind sends out a frequency of uh, falsehood, that is, it is false, it is not true. So
Correct.
whatever thought you generate, it doesn't matter what are the emotions underlining that thought. Those are emotions, those are important. So
Correct.
if you are told that think positively, thoughts are never positive and negative. So we can
Correct.
conclude like that. Thoughts are never positive and negative.
Positive or
Positive
negative.
and
Correct.
negative are the emotions, right? So in to cut the story short, I can tell you that brain is responsible for the logical thought vibrations, while mind is responsible for the emotions underlining the thoughts. So that is the main thing. And emotions are connected to the universal power.
Yes.
Hmm.
Emotions are connected to the universal power. I will completely agree with you, Doctor, because I was also reading something and something came in some sentences which said, your driving forces are your emotions.
Right,
So if an emotion is stuck somewhere inside our so-called mind, it
right.
distracts you from moving ahead. It stops you. Actually, it stops you uh, from moving ahead. Like last time
It's
you were,
very correct.
yeah, and last time you mentioned somewhere that if you have a thought that I have less money, that emotion creates that lesser amount of money in your life. Now,
Right. It is
I
called a
want this,
poverty consciousness.
yes. Now, I want this thought to be explained more in detail by you because this is a very common theory that everybody talks. And typically, in our olden days, our parents used to
Right,
say, always say,
right,
क्यों मांगता है ज्यादा पैसा कशाला पाहिजे जास्त
right,
पैसे typically.
right,
So all these things have an impact on the children, and even when they grow up.
right.
So could you throw some light on this area, a little bit of light on this area, because it's
Uh,
a very
you
interesting
mean to
topic.
say you mean to say how these vibrations are important or responsible for the money in our lives? So let us talk about the
Yes.
vibrations and the money. Let me
Yes.
give you one simple example. I think I have given this example in the last episode. I don't remember that if I want to calculate your income,
Huh.
then just list five nearest friends of you
Okay.
and take average of their income. It will be your
Yes.
income. Okay,
Yes.
so that is the vibrations of other people or vibrations with which we are surrounded. Those are affecting
Correct.
each and everything in our life. Now your question is
Yes.
very valid, that whether these vibrations are responsible for the money that we attract in our lives or not. Yes, very
Yes.
much. These vibrations are responsible for the money that we attract. See how this happens. Actually, we are brought up in such a you can say, atmosphere where money is treated as evil, right? Or money has not has been, you can say, uh, discredited by many of us.
Correct.
So there are so many thoughts, malicious thoughts about money. Like the first thought is, I don't want money, right?
Absolutely.
So you may ask me, I have never said this. How you can say I don't want money? This is not my thought. But we
Correct.
say this thought in various ways. Like in typical Marathi family, they say that पैसे झाडाला लागतात का? सगळं इथंच सोडून जायचंय, वर काही घेऊन जायचं नाहीये. पैशापेक्षा
Correct.
माणुसकी श्रेष्ठ आहे. So all these
Correct.
things we listen from childhood. So I just want to throw a light on this, that think about this, that money is, or humanity is important than money. This is the thought, right?
Yes.
पैशापेक्षा माणुसकी श्रेष्ठ आहे. Is it true? So you can say, or everybody will say that it is true. But I will ask you one question. If huge amount of money is given to you, so will you
Yes.
give up humanity? Means माणुसकी सोडून देणार का? जर करोडो रुपये तुम्हाला दिले तर?
No.
Obviously not, right?
Obviously not.
No. So, yes. So people do not think both things are important. Why to compare money and humanity?
Yeah, these two things are
Both
different.
these things go, huh?
These both the things are different. You cannot compare
Yeah,
humanity
both
with
the things
money.
are different, and they can go hand in hand.
Yes.
So whenever we say that पैशापेक्षा माणुसकी श्रेष्ठ आहे, so दोन्ही श्रेष्ठ आहेत हे मान्य करायला काय हरकत आहे? That is
Absolutely.
what I am asking. So you have to redefine your beliefs, because we are vibrating at a frequencies of lacking money, poverty consciousness. Whenever means while our children grow up, we continuously keep on telling them, you have to study so that you will get a job, then you will get some money, and do not run behind money. That
Correct.
is what is being taught to the children. So these
Absolutely.
are in our vibrations given to the people, or you can say our children, and that's why they acquire the same vibrations, and they live in the same monetary conditions. So
Yes.
this has got means there are so many vibrations, that money is not good, and jealousy about money, jealousy about the rich people, hate the rich mentality.
Yes.
So we have coined words for it. That is filthy rich.
Yes.
Filthy rich. We call them as a filthy rich. Or
Correct.
I was reading Godfather, Mario Puzo,
Yes.
and there was a sentence written over it. Behind every great fortune, there is a crime.
Yes.
And whenever we read something negative, we automatically agree with that particular sentence. We do
Right.
not question anything. So we start believing that if Ambanis are they are billionaires, so they must have committed some kind of crime. If
Absolutely.
Tatas are this big, they must have committed. So that is the mentality we develop about money, and we actually convince ourselves that this is the thing I may face in future. That's why I am poor, and it is very good. So we convince
Okay.
ourselves, or we actually uh, advocate our poverty. That is, I am poor because I am not that bad. Because being rich is something bad. We uh, create something, or we try to find something bad thing about the rich people, and
Absolutely.
we try to convince ourselves that it is very good that I am not rich, because I have not got that problem. So it is good that I am not rich. This is the mentality we have developed, and we always vibrate at these frequencies of money, and we always attract the money that we deserve.
Okay, okay. So you mean to say that when we say such words, when we say such feelings, right, or when we say such words, typically words, these words actually attract what we say. So
Yes,
that is why in my quote, I mean the quote that I said that that you are really the center of universe, because we are the center of the universe. Whatever we think in terms of money, we attract the same, and probably
right,
we get or we don't get. That is what happens,
right, right.
right? That is what you are saying, correct?
Exactly. Yes,
Fantastic. Now,
yes,
with that, we move on to something which you mentioned in your discussion, that money is what people think, or it has been traditional. It's a traditional thought that money.
right,
The more you make money, the more you tend to make mistakes, or you tend to
right.
uh, you know
Get problems.
yeah, yeah. In a light way, if I say praloban, which is a Marathi typical Marathi word, you tend to
Right.
get that, and then you probably get uh, into some negative energies and all that. So, so to ask you the question here is, let's say if I am making, let's say, I mean, I know I'm not making that much, but still, out of my belief
No,
and
don't
to
say that
create a
either.
thought. Sorry.
No, don't say that either.
Okay. So even so, you thank you for correcting me, but in fact that also creates a negative frequency.
Yes,
Correct.
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Now, if I have to say that I am making a crore of rupees every year,
Mm-hmm.
now that's a thought. Okay. Now that's a thought
Right.
that I have. But is that a vibration also? Because I
Yes.
believe that I can make 1 crore rupees in a year. Now
Yeah.
that becomes a vibration also.
Yeah. The latter part is more correct of your sentence. That is, if you
Okay.
believe that is true,
Ah,
then is it a valid vibration? Yes. If you believe, then it is a valid vibration. If you go on denying, you are just creating a thought and denying it on emotional level. That is what we call as counter intents. That is,
okay,
you are thinking something different, and your emotions are something different. That is called as counter intention. Counter intention. So if you do not have the counters in these two things, if your thoughts and emotions are the same, then it is a perfect this one vibration. Let me tell you one sentence from Bible, one quote. I will tell it in a regular this one, that if your thought, your vibrations, and your action, they are aligned in the same way, then you can move mountains. If
okay,
you say to a mountain like move away from my path, then these three things, if they are aligned, they have got such a tremendous power that the mountain will be moved from your path. So that is what is said in the ancient
the
text.
Bible.
So
Okay,
yeah, so you can say that your thoughts and emotions must be in they must be in harmony. They must be same.
okay. So,
Huh. So your thought is valid if your vibration, your emotions are supporting it.
okay. So, which means you're talking about three important things. One is the mind that is working. Along with it, the words that you're saying. Third are
Yes,
the belief system that you have,
yes,
the belief that you have, and fourth probably is the energy that is creating that belief. Am I right?
right.
Or
Hmm.
am I right?
No, actually, yeah, actually, you have told four basic type of vibrations. But let me remind you, we are surrounded with so many type of types of vibrations. The shirt you are wearing, the headphones you are having, whatever you had in your dinner, everything has the vibration. So we eat vibration, we drink vibration, we wear vibration. Everything is vibration, but mainly our words, thoughts, emotions are the main vibrations. Those are responsible to create a frequency.
Okay. So it was quite an insight of what we discussed, though it was a little philosophical from the perspective of what we discussed. But yes, I think there's a lot of insight on what you have mentioned and what you've spoken about the vibrations and frequencies on money. Now,
Right.
my request to you is my audiences would want to have a summary from your side, giving
Hmm.
about 4 or 5 strategies on how they can improve upon the money aspect. So, if you could just
Okay.
summarize with 5 distinct points, I think that would be great.
Okay.
Over to you.
Let me tell you some things. Couple of things are not mentioned, but still I will tell you what to do. Takeaways from this episode. The first thing is, do not ever forget the importance of money in your life. That is, never say, I don't want money. Never say something bad about money. Be cautious about your words, what you're talking, what you're thinking, everything, right? So never say, see, money is like energy. You need food to eat, water to drink, air to breathe. Similarly, money is very important ingredient to live a fulfilled life, or say abundant life. So money is very important. You must understand the importance of money, and you have to say, I want money, without any hesitation. That is the first thing. Second thing is, never redefine your concepts about money. Money is like a friend or a human being. If you keep on insulting that person, if you keep on blaming on that person, if you keep on saying evil to that person will not come to you. So never ever think evil about money. Okay. And befriend with money. That is, be comfortable with the concept of money, and redefine your older uh, concepts about money, like money is
Correct.
evil and all. Before saying this, redefine them. The third thing is, you are not supposed to hoard the money. That is, hoarding the money is very very bad thing. That is, I will hoard the money and my bank balance will be huge. So never do that. Money should flow. Money must flow. Do teething exercise. Teething is, donate one tenth of your income to charity always. That one tenth will make you rich. So go on donating the money. So donation is very important in the concept of money. And the last thing is, never bargain with poor people. Let them earn. If you help other people to earn money, then actually you will earn money. So do not
Wow.
see, if somebody is earning, and if you come in between the path between a source of money and that person, then you may face lack of money. And by bargaining, you do the same thing. I do not say that do not bargain at higher levels. A bargaining is important in some, you can say, transactions. I am not saying about that. But whenever purchasing vegetables, fruits, to rickshawalas, to to rickshawalas to some extent, do not bargain. If the 18 rupees is the fare, give him 20 rupees. So uh, these are some things which will liberate you from the bindings which are making you make less money than you deserve. Okay. So never bargain. Then help other person people. to earn money. If I meet Abhijit, I will continuously think about how I can help Abhijit to earn money. That thinking will make me rich.
Wow. I mean, this is one thing there, and I don't think typical bigger businessmen also think on this front, because with
Right.
you, with this particular example, let me quote this example there, and I want to quote this. This is a big story. I'm sure you must have heard about it. That businessman Reliance businessman Ambani and Ratan Tata. So Ratan Tata was asked about his philanthropical activities and the donation that he does.
Mm.
And Ratan Tata says that, look, my dear friends, Ambanis are businessmen, and
Right.
I am an industrialist.
That's
Yeah.
right.
And I believe in this pandemic situation, probably Tatas are the ones who have donated
Right.
the highest amount of donations for
Right.
the country.
Right.
And
Right.
that is what you have actually summed up with. So the
Yes.
more you give, the more you receive.
Right.
Yeah, that is what
It
it is.
is.
And yes, and it is true with our thoughts, with our vibrations and the frequencies as well.
Right.
Right? Am I right, Dayanand?
Right. Very
Absolutely.
correct.
Thank
If
you,
you
Dayanand.
appreciate someone, if you give gratitude to someone, then more is bound to come to you.
Absolutely. I mean, so to begin with, a gratitude from my side to you, that thank you for being with us, and thank you for giving us this insight, and the four magic words that you always say in your programs. Okay, let me repeat them. Yeah. All right. So I'm talking about Ho'oponopono. Those are the
Oh, no,
four magic
no, yeah.
words that we use.
Sentences
So,
rather. Yeah.
yes. So the first is, I am sorry. Please forgive me. I thank you, and I love you, Dayanand, for whatever
I love you.
I've
I love
given
you too. Yeah.
insights on. Thank you so much, Dayanand.
Thank you.
And guys, friends, people, stay tuned for the next episode with Dayanand. We are going to talk about the next topic that we are going to discuss is about relationships. And believe me, friends, Dayanand is an excellent, excellent relationship coach. The way he has helped so many relationships to bind them together, to have a great rapport within themselves, I can't tell you. So let's listen from the horse's mouth in the next episode. Stay tuned. Till then, goodbye, good night. Thank you, Dayanand. Thank you
Goodbye
so much.
and good night. Yeah. Thank you.